What's going on, YouTube? I'm E, and this is Simply Put Sense. And today, dudes, I wanted to share with you my top 10 favorite fragrances for the fall underneath $35. My goal in this list is not to only give you options for fragrances that are inexpensive for the fall, but I wanted to share with you options that are also very, very good as far as bang for your buck. Quality. So, without further ado, let's just get into my honorable mentions. And the fragrance is Un Gars pour l'homme toi. I really dig this fragrance a lot. The only reason why this is an honorable mention and not within this list and probably high up on this list is because of the availability. It's been reformulated about 4 or 5 times by now, but from what I hear, new versions are decent. You know, if you really want the full experience, you'll definitely want to check out the originals. My second honorable mention is from the house of Armaf, and the fragrance is Shades Woods. Dudes, this fragrance is kind of polarizing, but I really do appreciate it. On my skin, it morphs into so many different things. It smells a lot like the original Calligraphy by Armaf. And now, dudes, we finally get into it. From the house of Armaf, Craze. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance: almond, creamy, Pegasus. It smells exactly like Parfum de Marly's Pegasus, or Parfum de Marly's Pegasus, whichever you want to say. It's not as rich, but it has a very close smell to the scent. I would say close to 90% of Pegasus. Now, of course, if you want the real deal, go for Pegasus because it is a superior fragrance. But if you're on a budget and you want that scent and you want that smell and you want that essence, you cannot go wrong with Craze. It's probably the best Pegasus alternative you can possibly find on the market right now. And with my number 9 pick from the house of Joop, it is Joop Homme Wild. The 3 words that I would use to describe this scent: tropical, boozy, fun. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. It has like a very interesting coconut tropical type of vibe to it, but on the boozy side, so it kind of reminds people of Malibu. I could see where people get that from, but to me it smells a little better than that, actually. And the thing I like about a scent like this is it works really well for the fall. So that is that with my number 9, Joop Homme Wild. And my number 8 fragrance from the house of Lanvin, Avant Garde. It's one of the better beeswax scents that I've smelled for men. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance is refined, smooth, and subtle. This is not a fragrance that's gonna last on your skin and project a lot. You know, it's not gonna it's not gonna do any of that. It's a fragrance that for a very inexpensive price will smell like you paid a lot more than what you spent. My number 7 is from the house of Rasasi, and it is called Rasasi's Pour Louis 9453. Or Leo, whatever you want to call it. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance is sweet, fruity, incense. My friend Peter from Fragrance View describes this fragrance as being very close to Jubilation 25 by Amouage after 2 hours. And I would definitely say that is spot on with this fragrance. The only thing is you'll have to get through the sweetness at the top if you really want to get that Jubilation smell. I don't really mind that sweetness. I definitely would suggest this fragrance, and it is my number 7. Rasasi's Pour Louis 9453. Leo. That's easy for them to say, right? My number 6 is from the house of Hani Mori, and the fragrance is Him. Dudes, Him by Hani Mori smells like fall. It smells like fall. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance is cinnamon, warm, and de. As in Gucci pour homme de. And yes, this smells exactly like that fragrance, minus the tea note and with the amped up cinnamon. But to be honest with you, that's what makes it a little bit more conducive for the fall, in my opinion, and it's extremely inexpensive for the quality and for what you're getting. My number 5 fragrance is from the house of Bath and Body Works. And I know what you guys are gonna say. Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Bath and Body Works. Mahogany Woods. You are so good. You are so good. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance is comforting, Thanksgiving, and underrated. Terribly underrated for what it is. We don't even know who made it. No one knows who made it. It's like the biggest secret. And yet the scent smells very good, and it smells like it could have been created by a very, very reputable house. It's one of those scents that I think works beautifully for Thanksgiving, and this most likely will be my Thanksgiving fragrance. So with that, number 5, Lollipop Le Parfum. The 3 words that I would use to describe Lollipop Le Parfum: quality, unpredictable, and vanilla. I think Lollipop could pretty much make all lists in every season for great fragrances under a certain amount of money. I really like vanilla fragrances, guys. And yes, this is a fragrance marketed to women, but guys, don't let that scare you. This is a vanilla fragrance with some character to it. There's a bay leaf in this fragrance. There's an herbaceousness to go along with the vanilla, so it turns the vanilla, instead of something ultra gourmand and sweet and candy and childish or juvenile, into something very interesting, unique, and very well done. It's almost criminal that you can buy this fragrance for under $35. In my opinion, it's that good. And it's my number 4 fragrance, Lollipop Le Parfum. Man, dudes, we're getting down to the top 3, and to be honest with you, I would say from number 5, I really had a hard time ranking these things because, boy, I feel like all of them could be number 1. And this is from the house of Bulgari, and the fragrance is Bulgari's Man in Black. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance is spicy, masculine, mackin'. This just reminds me of a fragrance a guy would wear who's just hanging out in his house with a cigar and a smoking jacket, waiting for his date to come over while he's like cooking something for dinner, about to really, really impress. You know what I mean? A good date fragrance. So you would have to get the 1.7 ounce of this if you're trying to keep it under $35. Bulgari's Man in Black. My number 2 fragrance is from the house of Halston. Dudes, this fragrance is beautiful. Number 2, guys, Halston Amber. Man, is it beautiful? Halston Amber, man, is one of my favorite amber fragrances. And the fact that you can get this fragrance for under $35 is crazy. 3 words that I would use to describe Halston's Amber, man: rich, character, underappreciated. One of the best amber fragrances you can purchase under $100 without question. The three notes that really hit you is myrrh, oud, and amber, and they work in such a beautiful way. It's a sleeper. It's something that people will not consider. It doesn't really last too long on the skin, at least on my skin. On my skin, it lasts anywhere from 4 to 5 hours, and then it's gone. But boy, while it lasts, I love it. Halston Amber Man, my number 2. And guys, this all leads up to my number 1 fragrance. And I'm glad you all have stuck with me to get to this point, and I'm really excited to share this with you. And this is not a fragrance you've all not heard before. Many of you have definitely heard about this scent. I just think this scent works beautifully for the fall. It's an extremely beautifully well done fragrance in terms of its craftsmanship, its composition, the quality of notes. The price point is just ridiculously cheap. And the fragrance I'm talking about is Boucheron by Boucheron. Man, oh, wow. The 3 words that I would use to describe this fragrance, dudes. The real spice bomb. I'll tell you this though, upon first spray, it almost smells too dated. But when you let this fragrance settle on your skin, it turns into something else. It's awesome, guys. I mean, awesome. And again, worth the wait for the dry down. Unbelievable fragrance. So guys, that concludes my top 10 for fragrances under $35. And I hope you appreciated some of these fragrances. I think some of them are not really discussed too much, and a lot of them are, but I think all of them definitely deserve mention and consideration for the fall. What would you be reaching for, period, in the fall? I'm just curious, you know? So let me know, dudes. Please comment. Please like this video if you appreciated it. And of course, subscribe if you like this video. I mean, I appreciate your support. So thanks for watching, my dudes. I'm E, and this is Simply Put Scents. And I'm Simply.